Hey guys, we're in Split, Croatia today. I've got some of my remote year friends with me teaching class. Figured you guys could join in. So join us at the park with the kids and the chaos and all the fun things in Split. Cool. We're going to start on our backs, and we're going to do kind of just that. So if you want to join me. We're all just going to start on our backs. Make sure you kind of find a comfortable spot on your back. And we're going to keep the feet on the ground a little bit wider than hips, so maybe as wide as the mat. And then let the knees draw in and rest on top of each other. And making sure that as we lay here, we're able to tuck our pelvis under so the low back is actually flat against the mat. So we want to make sure that there's not any extra space. The back's flat so we're fully supported. And then the shoulders should be able to round back. Chest is open. We'll close our eyes, bringing the hands to the belly. Begin focusing on your inhale and exhale through the nose. As you inhale, your belly should inflate like a balloon, expanding. And as you exhale, imagine pressing the air out of your belly, pulling the belly button towards the spine. And take this time to clear your head. Find an intention for the day, for the practice. So maybe today you want to focus on something specific, finding peace, productivity, awareness. Pick at least one word to really focus on today in class that you can carry on throughout the day. As our breath continues in and out through the nostrils, we want to make sure that it's nice, long, and deep. You might even move into a ujjayi breath, where you can actually hear your breath coming in and out through the nostrils. We do this by contracting the back of the throat. So when you breathe, it sounds a little bit like an ocean wave or like Darth Vader's breath. We'll continue this breath throughout the practice, making sure that we stay steady and at peace with the body. Keeping the eyes closed, just let the head roll side to side. And back to center. Opening the eyes, allow the knees to separate so we've got them nice and wide. Keeping the knees apart, drop the knees to one side and then the other. So they should be moving more like windshield wipers rather than together. Moving nice and slow so you're stretching into the top of the hip, the thigh. Good, and coming all the way back to center, bring the knees up into the chest. Just rock the knees a little side to side. Good, and go ahead and extend the legs up towards the sky. Gently bring them all the way back down. Do this a few times, just waking up those hamstrings. And the next time you're all the way up, stay there, legs as straight as it feels good. We're just going to hang in this pose for a moment. Option is to grab back of the thighs, but try to relax upper body. Chin is slightly tucked in, shoulders are relaxed. Bringing the hands to the back of the head, gently pulling up, squeezing into the neck, crunch it in. And lower the head back down. We'll continue to keep the right leg high. Left foot can drop back down to the ground. Maybe grab hold behind the right thigh or the right shin. To increase this stretch, you can extend that left leg out straight. It's going to make it a little bit harder. And then maybe circling the ankle while you're here, pointing and flexing the toes. Reaching up with your right hand, grab hold of your ankle or as close as you can reach and open that leg out to the right side. As far as it feels good, you can always land down on your right elbow and just hold it in place. And bringing the knee back into the chest. Right arm's going to reach out to the right side. Use that left hand to pull the knee across the body to the left side. Finding a nice twist. If it feels good, you can look back over your right shoulder. Good, rotating back towards center, knee into the chest. Lift the head up like you're going to kiss the knee, squeeze it in. And switch it out. Right leg extends or right foot on the floor. Left leg reaches up. And same thing here, you can grab hold of the leg if you like. Try to relax the upper body. And we can begin circling the ankle, pointing and flexing the toes. We've got kiddos trying to attend class again. I love it. Making sure we're breathing well still. Upper body is still relaxed. Left hand's gonna reach up, grab that ankle, open it out to the left side, find the stretch. Opening the leg out to the side. And bringing the knee back to the chest and across into the twist. Again, your option is to look back at your left fingertips. So many kiddos today. They're very interested in yoga. And bringing it all the way back to center, go ahead and squeeze that knee back in towards the head. Reach up, kiss the knee. Good, all the way back down. Both knees come back into the chest. Hands on the knees. As we inhale, press the knees away from the body, straightening the arms. Exhale, take the knees wide, circle them back into the chest. So inhale, straighten out. Exhale, wide, circle back in. A few more of those. It should feel really good, like a little massage on the low back. Good, last one. And coming back to center, cross one ankle over the other. Try to grab the outsides of the feet. Yep, and we're going to try to rock ourselves up to standing. So you've got to get some really good momentum going. And then plant your feet, come up. to standing. Yep. Take some momentum. There we go. Shake it out.
Takes a whole lot.
Work out the body a little bit. Whew. All right. Shaking it out. Hey, buddy. Cool. Coming to the front of our mats. Let's find Tadasana, bringing the feet hip distance apart. Feet should be in line rather than in or out. Make sure they're straight lines. Tucking the pelvis in, bring the belly button in. Shoulders up and back. Find your breath. Perfect. I'm going to stand like you guys. So inhale and take the hands up overhead. Exhale, grab that left wrist, pull it over to the right side. Hips reach to the left. Hold here, make sure that you can breathe in the pose or you're going too far. On your next inhale, bringing it back towards center. And exhale, other side, pulling it over.
Leave that. Nope. There you go. It's all yours, buddy.
And back to center. Reach it up. Exhale, find a back bend as we lift the chest up. Reach it back. So just as far as it feels good, letting the hips pull forward. Inhale, back up to the top. Exhale, nice bend in the knees as we drop it down. Let the head relax. Good. Keeping a nice bend in that right knee. Right hand's going to stay on the mat as left hand reaches up towards the sky. And switch, bending into the left knee. Left hand reaches down. Right hand high. And bringing it all the way back down. Let everything relax. Nice bend in the knees. Maybe grabbing inner elbows and just swaying side to side. Making sure the head is fully rested. Next. Good. Relax the hands down. Hands come to both sides of the feet. Step it back, very top of a push-up. And lower down with control onto the belly. Elbows stay in. Good. Nice gentle cobra as elbows stand by the sides. Lift that chest forward. Hold here for a moment. So making sure the shoulders are not way up here by our ears, but they're rolled back and open. Awesome. Coming all the way back down and onto the knees. Finding tabletop, making sure that knees are about hip distance apart. And the hands are directly underneath the shoulders for support, fingers spread wide. Take a few cat-cows here, inhaling, lifting the tailbone, lifting the head. Exhale, rounding down. Pelvis pulls under. Keep it going. Inhale, lifting up, cow pose. Exhale, rounding down, pulling that belly button up. Good. One more. Awesome. Coming all the way back towards center. Take that left hand, reach it forward. Right toe is going to come back behind you. Keeping the toe on the floor or reaching it off the ground. Trying to engage here. Belly button draws in for balance. Staying here, or we've got the option to engage the abs even more. Exhaling, bring elbow to knee. Squeezing under the body. Good. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale back out. Awesome. Last one, reach it all the way out. Staying here, option, see if you can reach back for that foot. Even if you don't grab the foot, just try to open that chest up towards the front of the room, front of the park.
You.
Towards me. Yeah. Good. Releasing, coming all the way back down. Reach the hands out in front as you take tailbone towards the sky, forehead towards the mat. Puppy pose, stretching out the shoulders. Take a deep breath in through the nose, exhale, sighing out through the mouth. And bringing it all the way back up, taking that sequence to the other side. When you're ready, right hand forward, left toes behind you. Find that stability, pull belly in. When you're ready on the exhale, crunch it under. Do about 5 of these. after this last one. Find the reach back if it feels good. Open that chest. You've got hold of the foot. Use the foot to pull you up. You kind of press the hand and foot together, giving you more space. Awesome. Releasing and bringing it back down. Big toes together, knees wide. Take a quick child's pose. So you sink back to the heels, forehead down to the mat. Focus on your breath again, finding that ujjayi breath, audible breath in and out through the nose. One more breath, inhale through the nose, exhale sighing out through the mouth. Good, as we come back onto the knees, fingers should be reaching far apart here as we bring our weight into the hands, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Nice bend in the knees here, start walking out your dog, straightening one leg, then the other. Keeping that tailbone up towards the sky, head relaxed. Good, and start walking it back up towards the front of the mat. Finding a flat back here as we walk the hands up the legs, pushing the tailbone back behind us. Low back should flatten down. Exhale, rounding forward. Inhale, reach it up nice and high. Find a little back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We're going to do a few rounds of sun salutations. First time I'm going to walk you through it, going through the motions, explaining the motions. Then we'll do it what's called vinyasa, moving with the breath. So pay attention this first time because we'll go a little slower and then we'll pick up the pace. So finding that same Tadasana pose, mountain pose that we had at the beginning of class. Finding our breath again. We'll be moving with the breath most of the class. Inhale, let's reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees as needed. Inhale, flat back, look forward, press that tailbone back behind you. Good. Exhale, this one's tricky. Hands come to both sides of the feet. Step it back, top of a push-up and lowering down. Elbows stay in. All one exhale. Good. As we inhale, elbows stay in by our sides, lift the upper cobra. Good. So those elbows stay tucked in, shoulders back, lift the chest forward. Good. As we come back down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Option to walk out your dog if you're still feeling a little stiff. I want the tailbones up towards the sky. You might have to bend the knees a little bit to get that tailbone to arch up. Relaxing the head, looking up at the belly button. Fingers spread wide. Good. At the end of your 5 breaths, walk, hop, or step it back up to a flat back. Pushing that pelvis back behind you, looking forward. Exhale, forward fold. Releasing the head down. Good. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll keep moving with the breath. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, top and bottom of a push-up. Inhale, cobra pose or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Spread the fingertips. Actively lifting the tailbone up towards the sky. Ugh. The fun thing about doing yoga in the park, there's rocks, there's twigs, you never know. At the end of your 5 breaths, find your way back up to the top of the mat, flat back as you look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, do it again. This time I'm just gonna watch and talk. Hands reach, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, top and bottom of a push-up. Using your strength, elbows stay in by the sides. Knees can be used as needed. Inhale, reach up, cobra pose, lift that chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift that tailbone up towards the sky. Spread those fingers, that's what's gonna protect the wrist from injury. Got little kids playing ball today. No.
Get him.
When you get to the end of your 5 breaths, find your way back up to the top of the mat. Finish the sequence on your own, remembering the steps. All the way back up to the top. Awesome. Back here, hands to heart center. Perfect. We're going to start adding a little bit more leg work as we flow through the same sequence. We're just adding to it. So let's inhale, reach those hands high. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, top and bottom of a push-up. This is what's going to build that arm strength in yoga as we do lots of these. Inhale, lift up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find a breath. Find some balance in the hands. On your next inhale, take your right foot, reach it way up off the ground behind you. We'll bend into that right knee, open the hips up to the right side. You're just kind of rotating open. Good, take that right knee all the way to your nose, squeeze it in, hover there for just a moment. And then step that foot all the way in between the hands. Back foot's going to step forward just slightly, angling at 45 degrees to the front of the room. And we want to rotate our hips forward. Nice spin in the front knee. Hips reach forward. Back leg as straight as we find warrior one. Hands reach high. Shoulders remain back. While making sure knee is over ankle here. You guys look good. So we're not on our toes on this one. That's crescent warrior. We're stepping out to the side. Back foot's flat, so we're having that strength in the leg. So actively think of pressing into that back heel as we lean into this knee. Good, shoulders are down. So hands are high, we're just relaxing those shoulders away from the ears, right? Cool. From here, I want you to reach the hands back behind. Pull the hands together, open that chest forward. Humble warrior as we bow down. Let the head relax as the hands reach high. A little bit of balancing work here. Pull that belly in. Awesome. Hands release down both sides of the feet. Step it back. Downward facing dog or take a breath in child's pose. Reach that tailbone up towards the sky. In child's pose, finding our way back up to the top. On our next inhale, we'll take left foot, reach it off the ground. Bend into that left knee, open the hips up. Making sure we're staying balanced in both hands. Bringing it back towards center, squeeze that knee up towards the nose. Hover there just a moment, activating the abs. Step it down, warrior one on left side. Make sure that foot is reaching up 45-degree angle. And we want the hips to move forward, so our feet cannot be on a tightrope to do that. You've got to have a little bit of space in between the legs. Good, rotating forward. Hands high, shoulders back. Good, so this right hip, I want you to think about pulling it forward towards me. So you're kind of actively pushing this left hip back, right hip forward. Yeah, there you figured it out. Okay. Shoulders back, breathing. Take one more breath here, let the chest open. And we'll reach around for that humble warrior. Pulling shoulder blades back. Nice bend in the knee here as we bow down, let the head relax. Good. Release the hands down. Step that back foot forward, top of the mat. Roll it up nice and slow. Take your time coming up to the top. Shake it off. Grab a drink of water right now if you want. It's a good time.
I have somebody's water. Baby displacement. I saw it. She brought my first one. She's all
Perfect. We'll do one more standing sequence, do a little bit of balancing, and then we'll cool down. So you guys have an idea where we're at in class. How's everyone feeling? Body's alive? Feeling stiff? How that soccer yesterday got you guys sore?
I'm sticking a goalie.
Yeah, you did so well.
You're good, you're going.
I'm staying there.
All right, let's bring it back. Finding that Tadasana pose again. Reconnect with breath. Find your center, close the eyes for a moment. And I want you to play around with trusting yourself, finding your own balance, keeping the eyes closed, focusing on breath, pulling belly in. See if you can come up onto the toes a little bit. Keep your eyes closed. You might come up and down. You might not stay on the toes, but just play with that balance and trust for yourself. Belly comes in to protect the balance. Good, last one. Awesome. As we inhale this time, let's come into a seat finding chair pose. We reach the hands up towards the sky. Notice I've got my pelvis out right now. I'm trying to pull it under. Pull the belly in, tuck that pelvis. So we're like sitting back into a chair rather than like pushing our butts out like this, right? Good. From here, let's bring hands to heart center. Sitting down nice and low, look over to the right side. Keep twisting, twisting, twisting. Option here is to take that left elbow and hook it on right knee. It's going to really deepen the twist. But notice we want to make sure our knees stay in line and that we don't have one knee passing the other like this. Keep them level. Pull back to center. Other side, I know legs should be shaking a little bit. Legs should be tired. That's good. That's what we want. Good. Back to center. Hands reach out. Sit low, 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 low. Good. Fold it down. Shake out those legs. Let the head relax. Oh yeah. Shake them out a little bit. A little bending in the knees. Feels really good. Whee. Yeah. Hands come to both sides of the feet. Step it back. Top of a push-up. We're going to hold here for just a moment. So finding your plank pose, you want to tuck that pelvis under. Pull the belly in. And we actually round through the tops of the shoulders. So right here on the top of the back, should kind of lift up and be rounded. Fingers spread wide. Hold here. You've got this. With control, using knees as needed. Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering down. Inhale, lift up, cobra or upward facing dog. Lift that chest open. Good. Knees onto the mat, big toes together. Child's pose, take a breath. Good, keeping this nice child's pose shape, we're gonna take our right hand, slide it underneath the left arm, and then relax the head back down. Nice shoulder stretch, should feel good. Make sure you're still breathing nice and slow, Ujjayi breath. And gradually switch arms. Find the twist on the other side. Give yourself a little powwow pep talk. We're going to power through a few more good poses. Get some balancing in. You guys got this. Good. Finding our way back to center. Making our way nice and slow. Take your time. Downward facing dog. No rush to get there. Got about 5 breaths here, so take your time. You need to walk it out. You can also lean the hip side to side. That feels really nice on the side body. Awesome. Take that right foot when you're ready. Reach it off the ground behind you. Exhale, step it all the way up in between the hands. This time we'll turn our left foot to make a 90-degree angle with the feet. Heels should be in line as we keep a nice bend. Right knee, reach it up, warrior two. So noticing here, back leg's still straight, front leg's nice and bent. Notice if your knee's going past the ankle, you're just more flexible than you think, and you need to stand a little bit further apart. Okay? Arms are reaching out, shoulders are pulled back, chest is open. And as we look forward, look at that right middle finger. Find your drishti on the finger, your gaze. Breathe. Fierce warriors, people. Gonna do my favorite pose here, get the arms moving a little bit. It's called my Katniss move. It's really fun. Take that left hand, swing it around to the front. As we exhale, pull back that arrow, lean back. Good, release. Swing it forward, inhale. Exhale, pull it back. See, you got our Katniss happening today. Last one. Release, cool. Bring it up all the way down. Elbow onto the knee here. Open up. Extended side angle. Good work, guys. You want to imagine through the fingertips to the bottom of that left foot, you're making this nice, beautiful, long line with the body. Good. And bringing it all the way back up, warrior two. Take your stance in a little bit shorter as we start to straighten into both legs. Ooh, take a little break here. We're finding nice triangle position with the feet. I'm just gonna reach it forward and then reach it back. Feels really good on side body. So keeping the legs straight, you're just kind of reaching through upper body. If you feel it in the sides. Good, last one, reach forward and then drop that hand down to the leg. Left hand's gonna reach towards the sky or bend into that elbow, reach it on the hip. It's gonna feel a little bit easier on the shoulders if you keep it on the hip. Cool. Noticing we don't wanna dump our bodies forward like this. That's why we have the hand up the leg. So it's like there's a wall behind us. We're trying to press our body back into the wall. Cool. Triangle pose. Awesome. Rotating it down. Hands come to both sides of the feet. Step it back. Option to chaturanga, cobra, down dog, or just straight to down dog. Whatever feels better for you today. Eventually finding our way back. Check the fingertips. They're spread. Try to press in between the index finger and the thumb. That's the part of the hand we really want to press into the mat. When you're ready, lift that left foot off the ground. Exhale, step it up in between the hands. Warrior two on the opposite side. Get those heels in line. Nice bend in the front leg. You're good. Reach it out, guys. Let those shoulder blades come back. Chest is open. Let's press hard into the left outer foot or right outer foot, whatever one's back there. Pressing deep, making sure ankle's not going past, or knee's not going past ankle. Drishti should be at that left middle finger. Fierce warriors, find your Katniss when you're ready. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, find that bend, release the arrow. Good, keep it going. As you exhale, really push it out, like, fierce warrior, last one. Good, extended side angle as elbow comes to knee, reach that hand overhead. Your legs are working hard for you today. Find some gratitude here. Open the chest, expand through the fingertips. There should be energy all the way through the arm, through the fingers. Press through the outer heel. Awesome, bringing it back up as we start to find our triangle pose. One of our last lunges of the day, guys. Bring it in a little bit shorter. And we'll find those reaches as we reach forward and back. Just moving into side body here. Last one, reach forward, drop that hand down to the leg. Open your triangle. Option again is to bring that hand down to the hip if that feels better on your shoulders today. Trying to keep the legs as straight as possible in triangle pose. Press into that wall behind you. No dumping in this pose. Awesome. Bring in that hand down. Walk it up front of the mat. Come to standing. Take it off. Whew. Yoga's work, yeah? Take it off. Cool. Gotta find some balance now and then we'll cool down. So coming to our mat. It's really important when we find balance that we find our stabilizing pose before we start lifting any feet off the ground, right? So we're gonna start stabilizing first into our left foot. So I'm gonna kind of mirror you guys so you can see me. Left foot, I want you to think about pressing all four corners of the foot into the mat. Make sure that you're on a place on the ground that's like pretty even and you're not like on this weird lump or anything. And then we want to press that foot actively into the ground. So it's almost like you're pressing so hard that you can feel your kneecap lift, maybe a little more gentle on your knee that hurts. But you can feel that engagement all the way up into the calf or into the hips, into the butt. Now we can start to lift that right toe off the floor. And we'll start to open the right knee out to the side. You can keep toes on the ground here or bring the foot up to the ankle, hands to heart center. This is tree pose. Pulling the belly in for balance. If you feel super stable here, you can always lift higher onto the thigh. Thing is, we just don't want to hit the knee here. That's going to add too much pressure on the knee, so make sure you're either above or below. If you feel stable in this pose, extend your branches. Good. Don't let that foot come down. Bring the belly in. We're going to expand out to star pose. Just reach that foot out to the side. Reach to the fingertips. Reaching through the fingers and the toes. Whew, bring it down. Shake out that left leg. Good work. I didn't hear anyone fall over, so that's always a good sign. Shake it off. Right side before we move. Find that stability. Engage that leg. Lift through the butt. Good. Left knee out to the side. Hands to heart center. Find your pose. And it might help too to look out at something that's not moving. Focus all your drishti, your gaze on that one item. Finding the pose that works for you. When stable and balanced, belly in, extend those branches up. No rushed movement. With control, finding our star pose as we reach out. Good, bring it down, shake it out. Hell yeah, guys, time to cool down. Shake the body out, be funky. Awesome. Back to the front of the mat. Reach the hands up. One nice last back bend. Reach that chest open. Exhale, fold it down. Nice bend in the knees here. I want you to bend so deep into the knees that belly rests on the thighs. And then you can hug the knees, let the head drop. Take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Good. Hands come to both sides of the feet. Step it back. Downward facing dog. We're not going to hold it, I promise. Take that right foot, reach it off the ground. Bend into the knee. Pull that knee all the way up towards right wrist as we find our way down to pigeon pose. Good. That back foot's going to reach out as far as it feels good. Now notice if you've got all of your weight in your shin here, I want you to drop the weight sideways into the thigh. So you might be lopsided, but we're going to protect the hips that way. So drop the weight over. Yep. It's awkward there. Yeah, it's going to feel lopsided. That's okay. Find a nice back bend here as we lift the chest open. Option is to try to reach back for the foot. Option. Always options. Good, just a nice little quad stretch, adding on to it. And bringing it back to center. Find our way down, resting pigeon. Relaxing on the forearms, maybe on some fists. Time to rest the head, sweep things off your mat, get comfy. Good. Using our breath to fully relax into this pose, take some deep breaths in through the nose, exhale, sighing out through the mouth. Let that exhale be a sign of release, of resting into the pose, letting go. Awesome. Hands coming to both sides of the knee, under the shoulders, coming back up to the top. Good. We're going to swing our left leg around towards the front, which is why we've got the weight over here on the thigh. And we're going to try to get knees to stack. Now, I say try because we might not be there today, and that's okay. So trying to get here, but we might be way more out here. That's okay. Just trying to find a way to get the knees as close to each other as it feels good. Yeah. Might not be there today. That's okay. You can always just kind of sit crisscross, whatever feels good. So bringing these knees in line. We're going to bring right arm on top of left. So I'm like not mirroring you guys right now. So right arm on top of left. Good. Inhale, let's reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, elbows squeeze and let the head relax. Keep it going. Inhale, reach it up. Should be really nice shoulder stretch. Bring it back in. So inhale, you're moving through those arms, pulling into the shoulders. Good, bring it back down. Last one. Relax, yeah. Release those arms, shake them out. And then I want you to do a really gentle lean forward. And I say lean because you don't need to go very far. You can feel it pretty quickly. Yeah, you don't need to go far. Is that feeling okay? Okay.
Got some
yeah.
messed up knees.
I like that. Manly, oh yeah, this feels good. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome. Bringing it all the way back up. Slowly unwinding the legs. Gonna reach those legs back behind us again. Finding our way back to downward dog. Walk it out a little bit. Shake out those hips side to side. And switch it out. Left knee is gonna pull all the way up towards left wrist. Finding pigeon on the other side. Making sure we drop the weight over to the thigh. Once we're stable, option in this back bend is to reach back and grab the foot, or we just stay here lifting that chest forward. Cool, pulling those shoulder blades back. And rotating back to center. Finding our way to resting pigeon. Relaxing the head down. And imagine you're giving the ground all of your weight. Promise you the earth can support your body weight if you let go. Sink in. Take a moment to refocus on whatever word you picked for your intention today. Maybe set some goals on how you can incorporate that into your day. What kind of attitude to embody, what kind of practice to take. And when you're ready, hands coming underneath the shoulders, lifting back up. You guys know where we're going. We're swinging it around, finding that same pose on the other side. Right leg on top of left this time. As close as it feels good, right? Not pushing anything our body's not ready for. And then we'll do opposite arm. So left arm on top, finding a twist. And the backs of the hands might reach here. It might not be the fronts of the hands, and that's okay. On our inhale, let's reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, squeeze the mid, let the head round down. Keep it going. Last one. Gotta relax, shake out those shoulders. And do a little lean when you feel ready. Try to let the head relax, shoulders relax, even though we're just leaning a little bit forward. Good. Coming all the way up. Shake those legs out in front this time. Shake them out. I like to do this thing where I like flick my feet in and out like this. Feels really good. Shakes out the thighs real nice. All the juicy stuff's flowing. Yeah. Cool. One last nice forward fold here. We want to make sure that we're not sitting on our flesh, but we've got that flesh pulled way back. If you got a booty like mine, you got to move it out of the way a little bit. And sit nice and tall up on the sits bones. Cool. Bring the hands to our side for just a minute. We're going to actively engage here, staff pose. Hands are going to press into the mat as we lift the chest open. And we flex into the feet so much that our heels lift off the ground. Find that engagement in the body. So this is not a simple pose. Everything should be working in the body here, pulling that belly in, lifting the head high, pressing into the legs. Hands reach high. Keep that active body as we reach the hands up off the ground. As we fold forward, relax, let the head drop. And just nice forward fold here. So I don't want you to actively think about pulling yourself into this pose. I want you to relax into this pose. We're finding rest now, letting everything kind of just naturally do its thing. Maybe taking some big inhales through the nose, exhale, sighing out through the mouth, letting the body relax into this pose. Rolling all the way up to the top. Bring the right hand over to the left leg. Left fingertips are going to reach back behind you. Just find this nice tall upper body as we look over left shoulder. Super nice simple twist. Switch sides. And back to center, finding our way onto our backs. Make sure that our head's going to be supported on the mat when we roll down. And I roll down on a rock. I feel you, Dina. It does not feel good. And bring the knees into the chest. One more time. Rock it out. And noticing how different this feels now than it did at the beginning of class. Good. Hands are going to come out to the side here as we drop both knees over to the right side. And maybe look over our shoulder towards the left fingertips if that feels good. If not, just keeping our gaze neutral. And slowly switching sides, knees drop to the left. coming all the way back to center. One more time, bring those knees into the chest. Lift up like you're going to kiss the knees. Squeeze it in, stretching out the neck. Good, coming all the way back down. Bring the soles of the feet together on the mat as we take the knees nice and wide here. Opening the hips. And we're just going to hold this pose until it feels good. Hands are going to rest either on the belly or they can rest out by our side palms up. I just want you to hold this pose for as long as it feels good. Slowly transitioning to our Savasana, just extending the legs out straight when you're ready. So you can hold this for as long as you want. Transitioning to straight out legs when you're ready. Once you find your way to Savasana, it's important that you let the body fully relax into the ground. Again, hands can rest on the belly or out to the side, palms up. Let those shoulders round back. Let the feet fall out to the side, relax. I might come around and relax your shoulders a little bit. Make sure your head's in the right position. If you don't want to be touched in Savasana, just raise your hand right now and I won't come around and touch you. Just focus on relaxing the breath, the body, the mind.
Vamos, vamos. Quase cobriu. Ainda nem parou. Não, vai deixar. Troca o golpe para. Olha lá.
But before we begin to move again, I invite you to maybe repeat some of these affirmations in your head, totally optional if you want to. I am strong. I am capable of anything I put my mind to. I am worthy. I am grounded. I am enough. And any other words that you need to tell yourself today, take this time right now to do so. We will begin to wiggle fingers, toes, maybe let the head roll side to side. Before coming up to a seat, I want you to roll to one side, find fetal position. Take one more breath of rest here. Fetal position's a pose of comfort. It's our natural place to be when we need to reconnect with ourselves, our body. Take a few breaths there. And just take this time to be grateful for showing up for class today, remembering that yoga meets us where we are today, not where we want to be or where we once were, but where you are today. So be grateful for what you were able to do, and the rest, let it go. Finding our way back up to a seat. We bring hands to heart center, finding a nice comfortable seat, bowing our heads, lifting the chest up into the thumbs. Option here is to join me in a final Om. It's just a way to unify the end of class. We inhale together and then make the sound of Ah, O, Option to join or not. We inhale together. The divinity in me honors that within each one of you. Namaste. How do we feel?